Thought I wasn't going to play the intro there. It is the Homemade Broadcast. It is episode 578. My name's Will Kuntz. This is Anna Hummel.
Hello, I am here with you in person.
Finally,
your COVID, rubella, measles, whatever you had, pneumonia's subsided. So now we're back to in person.
Yep, back at the island. Giving Trump another week before I go back to the Oval Office because I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on for him right now. So I feel bad intruding. He's always very quiet. He stands in the corner, doesn't really interrupt or anything. But I'm just going to give him another week to figure this out. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. How you doing? You were my helper a few minutes ago.
Yes, I am I'm part handyman, handy woman. Pretty cool.
I'm going to upload the picture after the podcast, but Anna has a new profession, which is plumbing. I messaged her. She said she was on her way. And I said, can you do me a favor?
Like a woman would.
Yeah. And she goes, sure.
No, I said, sure, I got this.
I can't. I bought a soap dispenser for my sink. There's like a little pumper thing, and you fill it with dish soap. And then that way you don't have to have a thing of dish soap sitting out on the sink.
Right.
And I tried to put it in myself. My body is way too big to get under there.
It was even like a tight squeeze for me.
It was a little tight for you. Yeah.
Right.
So the garbage disposal's there. So Anna, bless her heart, went in there carefully, gingerly, took a full soap bottle. I was picturing the worst.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Just falling and then having soap all over the bottom of the sink in your face.
Yeah.
Which would not have been good either. But you did a great job. Thank you very much. I owe you one.
No, you're good. You're good.
I've said I've been using your little body a lot today, which is very bizarre.
Right. You had me unplug something down here.
That's right.
Also a tight squeeze. And then you said, quote, been using your little body a lot today.
Yeah.
Not in that creepy voice that I just did.
Yeah.
It's very matter of fact. But then quickly after that, you said that sounded weird. And I go, it did, but you are.
It's accurate.
You're using my little body.
I am. You are at my will. Your tiny body is at my disposal to do whatever I want with. Essentially, which I have more tasks for you later.
Okay, great.
I'm just telling you. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. But thank you very much. I'm so excited. It's like the adulthood, being 40 has really just come on full force. I can't tell you how excited I am to have this soap dispenser on my sink.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, why don't you just put the soap there? But I get it. It's like, what like a more space efficient. It's there for a reason. You just got to get underneath and shove it up, and
if you have it in, you might as well use it.
Right.
So I didn't want a big plastic, and it just looks bad. Have a plastic soap dispenser. You could have got one of the nicer ones, I guess. And
it's more aesthetic the way you have it, for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you. Again.
You're welcome. Of course.
Today we got a good one, I think. Hello, Thomas. Hello, McShay. Oh, all the way from Buffalo, New York. Good to hear from him.
Oh my God. McShay is like bone days, right?
Yeah.
He's a bone listener.
He's an OG.
Can you believe that it's been some time for you as well, but I was fired over 5 years ago.
Wow.
That's a half decade.
That is crazy. That makes me ill.
I left. And I left and I was bye-bye.
Yeah.
So interesting. But anyways, carry on.
Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you
for that.
Thank.
Yeah. By the way, chats are going. If you want to chat, super chats are available. Those will get put up on the screen guaranteed. So that's always good. hmbradio.substack.com. That's our Substack. Really good way to support the show. Cost effective and affordable. I tried to make it as cost effective, make sense as possible. I know it's really tight out there, but you can also join for free, and you get the podcast, the 30-minute Radio St. Pete version, a few days early. So that's always nice. I wanted to talk about this, Anna. I had a few stories pulled up. Some breaking news, speaking of Epstein Island here, but we'll do that later. I wanted to do this story because I thought it was funny. And what do you know about this Florida Attorney General, James Uthmeier?
Nothing.
Me either. I don't know. I feel like I kind of keep abreast of these things, but I feel like I'm doing a really bad job lately. I'd never even heard of this person before.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Because it was Ashley Moody was the attorney general, and then she took Marco's Senate seat.
Oh, she did?
She was appointed that seat.
Okay.
So this is kind of the new guy.
Gotcha.
Here. But he's offered to deport your ex if they're an illegal migrant.
Hey, okay.
Florida's top prosecutors encouraging spurned exes to turn from their former partners who are in the state illegally so he can deport them. He said, we recently got a tip from someone whose abusive ex overstayed a tourism visa and now is queued up for deportation.
Ooh, that's awesome.
He said, if your ex is in the country, country illegally, feel free to reach out to my office. We'd be happy to assist. I feel like he's going to get a lot of false reports.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of that. And how many people are dating people? You know what I mean? Like you got an illegal girlfriend or illegal boyfriend, and maybe you're like a permanent resident. Maybe you're not a citizen yourself, but you're dating someone who's like in, kind of like underneath the radar right now.
Yeah.
That is an awesome thing to do, though, in the sense of like, if you want people, like nothing is better than like a scorned lover be like, oh, yeah, you didn't like me because I gained a little weight. Well, guess what, Rubio, your A is going back to, Venezuela. So,
yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that's already being worked on anyway. If they can get tips from the general public, I saw that who's the sheriff guy that's always makes national news, Polk counties.
Oh, Grady Judd.
He was saying that there's an issue with detention centers getting overwhelmed from these federal operations because there's so many people that are here that need to be processed and then sent back. So it's causing issues with room in, jails and stuff now. I don't know what the takeaway from that is. The takeaway seems to be, well, just don't do it, is what half the country says. And then the other half of the country goes, okay, well, let's just speed it up, I guess.
Or let's just instate alligator Alcatraz sooner rather than later.
Oh, it's open.
Is it open?
I think it's open now.
It's ready for business?
It's open. It's accepting clientele.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it actually called? Is it called that?
I think so.
Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that's like its slave name or if that's actually what the center is called.
Well, you're right. It probably does have an actual official name, but I don't know.
Like Everglades Detention Center.
Yeah. Alligator Alcatraz official name. Looks like people have looked this up before. The official name for Alligator Alcatraz is not officially confirmed, but is widely for social nickname. Okay.
So
maybe that's what it is called then.
Is no nickname. It's its name.
It is its name. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. Have you ever been to Conservative Grounds, or do you know what it is?
That is so funny that you said that. Because I was thinking about that place yesterday.
Why?
Because I am meeting a friend for coffee, a girlfriend who has just recently had a baby and she needs to get out of the house. And I was like, I will take you out of the house. We will get matcha lattes. And I said, but we have to go to a place where there are a lot of they thems because they make the best coffee. And so in my mind, when I was looking for a place, I was like, I'll pretty much go anywhere but Conservative Grounds.
Yeah.
Because their coffee is probably garbage. I mean, I don't know that. I don't want to say that. Are they a sponsor?
No. I would like to introduce our new sponsor.
No, I'm sure the coffee is wonderful, but for me, in my mind, I want to see someone with purple hair and a nose ring when I get my matcha latte with almond milk.
Well, I will say this because I was with my partner, Julia, the other day. My fiancé, and now I had gone to Conservative Grounds before just to go there because I wanted to see what it was like. I mean, it was in the news and I think Creative Loafing wrote about it or something. So I wanted to see what it was. And I don't know if you've ever been inside of it.
No, I've never been.
It like a makeshift Oval Office, which would be a really good place to do the podcast, actually. A big desk and everything. Maybe I should reach out to them. And then it's just filled with like memorabilia, Trump, DeSantis, Alligator Alcatraz, just like tchotchkes and things to sell, pins everywhere, all over the walls. And then they have a nice little coffee bar, and the coffee is very good.
It is?
It's really good.
But do they make good like lattes with the foam art?
Yes. So in fact, Julia was like, we're gonna go have some lunch and go to the thrift store, and because she was leaving, so I snuck out a little early from work and went and had lunch. And she goes, "Will you do me a favor?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Will you go into Conservative Grounds, because I really like their what is it, chai? Their chai is apparently their chai latte is amazing at Conservative Grounds."
How would she even know that?
Because I got her something when I went in there. She refused to go in. She would not go in. Or no, she did go in the first time.
Okay.
But she was like, "I'm not going back in ever."
But she'll, as long as if you buy it, it's okay. If she doesn't want to go in.
She wanted the chai latte from Conservative Grounds because of how good it is, but didn't want to go in to the store because it just freaks her out. It's just too much. And it is like a lot, I will say. Like, even for me, I'm like, this is like a flea market. It's kind of weird in here. But when I went in, it was just some like cute 19-year-old girl that was the barista there. And she just made some delicious chai lattes, and I left.
And it was just as good. Like your fiance was just as impressed. Like,
she loved it.
It was great. Okay. That's really good. Amazing.
She said, "I hate to say it, but it's really good. It's one of the best."
I guess we're going to Conservative Grounds this weekend, baby.
I would be interested to know your opinion of it, because it is like a lot. It is very in your face with just like politics. But I mean, like you said, the other ones like Black Crow and St. Pete, they have like, BLM flags and trans flags hanging all over the place.
But also, this is
other side of the coin.
Well, this is how I feel about that. Like, to be honest with you, I feel like even though you do get the pride flag and you get all the flags, it's just a better vibe than like in your face politics.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, there's a flag, but other than that, they got maybe some cute wicker chairs and marble tables. Like, I don't want to look like I'm in grandpa's house.
That's what it looks like. It's the furniture is kind of cheap. There's, TVs all over the place too.
Oh, I don't want that in a coffee shop. That belongs in a bar.
It's not even Fox that's on the TV. It's like OAN or Newsmax or
something.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. But it is an interesting concept, and they must be doing well, right? Like, I think they host a lot of people who do like town halls or who are campaigning, who are conservatives. I know that maybe I don't know that, but I feel like people that I knew that ran for office as a Republican like did events or meet and greets there.
It's kind of like a clubhouse. I get the feeling like people meet up there and hang out and watch OAN, I guess. Older boomers.
Why is that so unappealing to me, even though I'm kind of on their side?
I get it.
You know what I mean?
It's just because it's
Shut
too
up.
much. Yeah,
it's
exactly. Just relax a little bit. Go into the voting booth and pull the lever for whoever you want, but just get it out of my face.
Yeah, because you got to think, like, even when I go to a regular coffee shop, which is typically, run by they thems, there's no like CNN playing or NPR blasting. It's just nice, quiet music. Maybe you have a couple flags, but that's it.
Yeah,
a couple flags. I can deal with some flags.
It's annoying. I mean, I guess it doesn't. I don't know.
I associate it in my mind with good coffee, so I don't even mind it when I'm there. I'm like, of course, I want to see the pride flag. I need to see the pride flag.
I want to see some weird flag that I have to look up. Be like, oh, lesbians have their own flag.
Yeah.
How about that? I didn't know.
What's with that? I don't know if you've noticed this recent development. I noticed this over the last Pride. I believe that they've added on to the rainbow, trans, black, and brown flag. There's a circle now in the yellow triangle, a purple circle. And I don't know what that means.
Purple circle
in pride flag.
Yellow triangle.
Yeah.
On pride flag.
I said to myself, question mark?
What
is that?
Let's look it up. Power of the internet. Oh, this is Brave. I have the Brave browser, which I highly recommend everybody use. However, the search engine,
not great.
It's not good. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That purple the
yellow triangle with the purple circle on the Progress Pride flag represents the intersex community. The symbol also found on the separate intersex Pride flag. Man, it's a lot. Well, okay, so what's intersex
It's
mean?
when you got both. Those are the only people who are like
hermaphrodite.
Kind of, yeah.
So both you have both a penis and a vagina.
It's like
on your body.
So maybe you have like XXY chromosomes. So you're technically a male, but you got two X's. So you got like a little,
I don't.
Or you have like Y0 or.
Okay. Intersex refers to a condition in which a person's biological sex characteristics, such as chromosomes, gonads, hormones, or genitalia, do not fit neatly into traditional. Okay, so you're right.
It's like genetic, physical abnormalities. It's not an ideology. It's a biological thing.
See.
Yeah.
Okay.
These people, I actually kind of feel a little sorry for.
Sure. Yeah. It's well. Would you say it's a disability? I don't want to be offensive, but
it's an abnormality. I think I can say that.
Yeah.
Where sometimes they look like the sex that they are or identify, whatever,
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't. I saw a whole documentary on them actually pretty recently. It was kind of weird.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been told that intersex is not a disorder. While some intersex people may have additional health needs, there's nothing wrong with bodies looking a little different.
That's not what we mean.
That's a chick. That's just a lady, a fat lady. Sorry, but
also offensive.
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Maybe a little bit.
But yeah, maybe they have like a very large L word, or maybe they have like a very small.
What the hell? This person looks like me.
You!
What the hell?
You're intersex. It all makes sense
no.
now.
Yo, that's me.
Click on that thing.
Click on that thing.
Click on that thing.
Okay. Pull it up. Holy hell. That's me, dude.
To show the people. Dude, that's Will all day. Oh my God.
That's me, dog.
Bro.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wow. Learning a lot today.
Oh
no. Any hooser. We're just gonna get rid of that.
Oh man, that was great.
813-693-2124. So the good news or good aspect of watching YouTube or Rumble is that you can see that intersex individual looks exactly like me. So if you're listening on audio, check us out, willsyoutube.com. We stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And it's free and it's fun, and tell your friends about it. And hopefully you'll join us next week. And if you're joining us now, thank you. Should we do it? Should we do the big news, the breaking news that happened?
Oh,
are you aware of this even?
Did this just happen like today?
This just happened today. So earlier in the week, this is the Jeffrey Epstein news cycle for Donald Trump has just been absolutely horrible. I think he's lucky that Hunter Biden decided to give an interview to the Channel 5 guy, and he went on a complete tirade, which I think he was high. Did you watch it? It was 3 hours.
I tried to watch some of it, but work got in the way.
Yeah,
I forgot afterwards.
It's long, but he went off against everybody. And I saw today some of the people that that Hunter Biden chastised was the Pod Save America. Do you know that podcast?
Yeah, on New York Post.
Right? No, it's Obama's former staff have this podcast called Pod Saves America, and it's kind of like,
is that the one with Bruce Springsteen?
He might have been a guest. It wouldn't surprise me, but I've never listened to it, but I think they're kind of just like the leading Democratic, voices in the podcasting world is how I would describe them. But Hunter Biden went on a tirade against those guys, said a lot of expletives towards them. And it was funny because now those guys are against Hunter Biden. So now they're saying that his appointment to the Burisma board was because his father was president, and that's a problem, which was being said many years ago
by Trump.
Yes,
during the quid pro quo thing.
Yes, and he was called a conspiracy theorist for it. But now we're allowed to talk about it, of course, because Hunter Biden.
The wrong people. Yeah.
By the way, they're looking for their Joe Rogan on the left. I got news. It's Hunter Biden. It's Hunter Biden. Get him. He's a podcaster through and through. After watching the interview, you can
watch all 3 hours?
No, I'm still piecing my way through it. I've seen all the clips now, the big ones where he trashes certain people.
I read about it, the Ambien.
He talked a lot about when he was talking about his dad's time in office. Like what we accomplished, which is bizarre.
Maybe he meant like the Democrats?
I think he was running the show for a period of time.
No wonder why the country was in shambles. Yeah. Hunter Biden was president for 4 years.
He was president for a long time. He was hanging out in the Oval Office. Remember they found the cocaine? He addressed that too. And
whatever happened with that? It just like
nothing.
No, but I know. But like, what was the resolution? Was just like, we don't know whose it is. Yeah, it just kind of like fell out of the news cycle.
Yeah, they just said they couldn't trace it to one certain person, so it just got dropped. But it's hit. I mean, come on.
And it was cocaine.
It was cocaine.
It wasn't like some other thing. Like
it was found in the portion of the White House that's like the residential portion. So somebody was like sleeping there, or staying there. So
clearly not sleeping there.
Not sleeping there, doing cocaine in there.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but yeah, I'm telling you, after watching that interview, I'm convinced he's a podcaster through and through. He can be the left's Joe Rogan.
That would be amazing. Could you imagine? Just pounding White Claws, interviewing prostitutes.
he's got a pardon. So like he can't get in trouble. He can't
get in trouble for anything he's done in the past, but what about in the future? That's what I'm saying. It's not like a forever pass.
Well,
right? Like,
yeah, but anything, I don't know. It might be.
I don't know.
I guess
that would be amazing.
That would be so good.
The Hunter Biden experience. I'm game. I'll watch that more than Rogan show.
Yeah. I don't even watch Rogan anymore, really. Find him boring. So anyway, earlier last week, I guess, the Wall Street Journal, which gets kind of people say that's conservative media. Would you say Wall Street Journal is conservative? I think their editorial leans right.
I don't read the Wall Street Journal.
I don't really
but of what I know of the Wall Street Journal, I thought it was pretty hardcore left-leaning.
Interesting. Because
of what I thought.
Yeah.
Because everything I've seen when it is an editorial, at least what I've seen, is like why Trump sucks. And then, a piece.
Yeah. Well, I think the editorial probably leans a little right from what I've seen. But they put a story out last week saying that, but this is one of those things, where they saw something. Can you show us the thing? No. But here's what we saw. Then they write down. So what they said they had.
Who is they?
The Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
They said they obtained or saw or a picture or whatever allegedly drawn by Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, like a birthday
card.
Yeah, I heard about that. Story. Yeah.
And he drew like a naked lady in it. And he said like some secrets never end or something like that. Which is weird.
Sounds a bit rich.
It's weird. Well, that's the thing. Can you show it to us? No, they won't show you, what it is. They can only describe it to you. So sorry, I don't believe you if you can't show it to me. I'm not going to take your word for it.
And this is because like a source has told them, or
they claim that they saw it. This drawing.
These journalists saw it.
That person who wrote the story saw it and wrote a story about it. Trump said, no, I don't. What was the words he used? He didn't use drawing. He says, I never wrote a picture. He doesn't know drawing as a word that he doesn't draw. He said, I never wrote a picture in my life. And that doesn't sound like me in the text, which it doesn't really sound like him because it's very like poetic almost. It doesn't really sound like how he speaks.
Did they read the birthday card?
Yeah. I mean, I can try to find it for you.
God, that is you.
I'd get this person out of here. Looking at the intersex person. Trump letter to Epstein. Do it on the fly here. Okay, here it is. So we'll share this tab instead. So this is the letter. Wall Street Journal, birthday letter to Epstein, bore Trump's signature and drawing of a naked woman. He said, never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, he said, according to the Journal. It's not my language. It's not my words, which I will agree. Do they have the text from the alleged letter in here?
It said like happy birthday. And then
it said, so, I mean, it was creepy. It was happy birthday. And may every day be another wonderful secret is what was on the letter.
Allegedly,
that we don't know, that we haven't seen. But the news today, Wall Street Journal again, Trump was told that he was named in the Epstein Files months ago by Pam Bondi.
Of course, that doesn't mean that he was guilty. It doesn't mean he's not guilty.
Doesn't mean he's not guilty.
Yeah.
Donald Trump was informed months ago by Pam Bondi that his name appears multiple times in the Jeffrey Epstein files. The same day, she recommended against releasing all documents, according to a new report. Senior administration officials claim that Attorney General Bondi told Trump during a May 2025 meeting that his name was found in the Epstein documents more than previously thought, among hundreds of other high-profile individuals, which is interesting.
I've literally said this 1,000 times when I'm like, they're not getting released because it would implicate Trump. I've said this so many times. Mm-hmm. It's obvious.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Well, it's tough because you really campaigned on doing that, which politicians lie all the time and then do the complete opposite of what they campaign for. This was just such a big
promise.
Deal. Yeah, big promise that I don't even know if he concretely said he would or not.
No, but Pam Bondi did.
Pam Bondi did.
She was really the one that kind of overpromised.
Yeah.
And clearly under delivered.
Right.
Yeah, I knew this was the case. It clearly, and it's not even to say that he is guilty or isn't guilty, but it's not a good look when the most notorious pedophile of all time has documents about him and the president has his name in there multiple times. But to be honest with you, this is just kind of like maybe it was Tim Dillon talking about this, but he's like, welcome to being a rich person. Welcome to being a rich and powerful person. Like, you're going to bump shoulders and elbows with other people who have done some pretty nefarious things.
Yeah. Well, it's I was always we kind of talked about it. Me and I can't remember who it was in the comments about when you had your technical difficulties. I kind of thought that if he was in there, that because everything else got thrown at him, the kitchen sink,
right? And that it would be released.
It would be released somehow
by
leaked.
The Democrats.
Yes. However, which I'm kind of back to now, is that this is mutually assured destruction.
That's what I'm saying. That along hundreds of other. So what are you going to redact? Like 50 names from a document except for one, which is Donald Trump's name?
I'm not surprised that they surprised they didn't do that.
Yeah, maybe.
But it was such a high profile thing that everybody is kind of on board with, like, what happened here? Like, this is a sane society cannot allow this to go unpunished. So Democrats and Republicans alike, I think, were pretty in on the Epstein files.
Yeah, maybe I have a hot take on this, Will.
Okay, let's hear it.
Should we save it for the...
Is it dirty?
Not dirty, but it just kind of...
Like leave them with a little teaser?
Yeah, a little tease.
Okay, I like that. So Anna's got a hot take about this. We're going to say goodbye to podcast listeners and our friends over at Radio St. Pete. I would encourage you again, folks, to come join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. It's myself, Will Kuntz, and it's Anna Hummel, and we're talking about, who knows, getting your ex deported. We talked about that, or talk about Jeffrey Epstein. We talk about a lot of fun things local to the Tampa Bay area, but also other stuff worldwide that's kind of in the news, and it's fun. And hmbradio.substack.com, you can sign up for free, get the podcast early, and if you contribute, I believe it's $5 a month, you get the whole uncensored portion that we do, a little bit of uncensored naughty talk behind the paywall. So join us over there, hmbradio.substack.com, and 813-693-2124 is the voice and text line if you want to get a hold of us. That's a good way to do it. Beano Cook reached out, wanted to know how everybody was doing. I was calling him Dino Cook.
Oh, just in general, like how our lives are unfolding?
Yeah, just he likes to check in. I think he likes to have a few drinks sometimes and call in, leave a message. I always appreciate it. Bino, it's good to know. His name shows up as Mark, but I think maybe it's a nickname.
Maybe he didn't want people to know that.
Maybe not. But Beano Cook, he calls in a lot and checks in on us, and you should do the same. Send us text. I respond to those pretty often if I have a few minutes. 813-693-2124. See you next week, and we're going to go check out Anna's hot take now. So goodbye. So what do you got? What's the hot take?
What is this?
Some stickers.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to like do some sort of magic trick.
No, just some stickers. I sent a few stickers out, by the way, if you want some. Sorry. Anna signed them, so you can have a nice memorabilia for free. TheHomemadeBroadcast@gmail.com. Just send me your address. So what's the hot take?
It's not, here's the thing. It's not that I don't care about what happened with Epstein. I'm very interested in the case. But if they're like, okay, let me just throw out a few examples of outcomes. Say it comes out that, listen, if Trump was if he was raping 12-year-olds, I feel like I'd still want him to be president.
Oh, that is a hot take. Yeah.
I was kind of joking. I was 80% joking. Let's go through the possible outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Either he was having sex with underage girls, possibly.
That's what I think they're hinting at. Yeah.
If he was having sex with underage girls, how old is underage? Under 16?
You're opening a can of worms here.
I'm asking questions.
It seems like most of the girls, my understanding, that were on the island were 16, 17, late teen.
I mean, that's legal in a lot of places around the world. Not saying it's right. I'm just stating facts.
Sure. Yeah.
If it was the case that he knew to some degree what was going on and he didn't intervene, I still want him to be president. I very much want him to be president. If he had a slip up, thought a girl was 19, turns out she was 16, I'm still fine with if he was president. He would have to be raping toddlers, like dozens, scores of toddlers, for me to be like, this guy needs to go.
Yeah.
Because I really like, outside of the Epstein thing, I really like what I'm seeing.
Mm.
I really feel like he is delivering on many, not all clearly, of the promises that he campaigned on. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we are so much safer than we would have been with Kamala in the president's office. And I feel like, and again, I am biased. I am very, very biased, but I'm very grateful for Israel that Trump is in office and not Kamala. I just feel like we're safer. I like the fact that people who are not trying to jump into this country anymore. They're not trying to get into this country. Now it's about finding the people who are here illegally and sending them back to where they came from. I like that people aren't even attempting to come into this country. I'm sure there's a few, but very few compared to what there was of just a few short years ago. I like that. So I feel like we are a safer place. We're a more patriotic place. I like that we've kind of rolled back this woke culture just a little bit. Obviously not all the way, but I feel like things are way more appropriate now. Some things to talk about or discuss, and they weren't even just a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't say certain things. DEI rollbacks. I like that. Trans stuff, rollback. I like that. So for me to not want Donald Trump to be president, he would have to be raping like infants and toddlers and more than one. I'm not even kidding. Like I just feel like we are just so much safer. Here's the thing. This is what I was talking about today. Not this is what I was talking about today, but I kind of mentioned this at work. You got to separate the music from the artist. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the artist isn't so great.
Yeah.
Someone's dead, but the music is wonderful. I love Chris Brown. I was talking about Chris Brown today and how much I love him. And some other guy was like, yeah, he's kind of a guilty pleasure because he like hit women. I go, listen, do you know the story? I go, if what Chris Brown said was true, happened, I would have hit Rihanna as well. I would have hit her. So, obviously depends who you ask. But essentially what was happening is that they were in an altercation in a car. This was probably back in like 06, 07 maybe. And Rihanna was like punching him in the face as he's driving. Okay. And then she takes like, he had like a CD that was a demo for an upcoming album. And I don't know how this is like the case, but apparently it was like the only copy.
Master
copy. And she started taking like a key or some sharp object, maybe a pen, and started scratching the back of this CD, or like threatening it, or maybe like pulled out a pen or a key to start scratching the back of this master copy CD. And Chris Brown was just like, no, hiya. And she freaked out, blah, blah, blah. I think he grabbed her keys and like threw them out the car or something like that. Anyways, not good. Not good, on both ends, not good. But also, like, if I was in his situation, I can't say that I would have handled it differently. So back to the original point, you have to separate the music from the artist. We don't elect presidents because we just think they're these amazing, wonderful role models. They get the job done. Do you really care if your heart surgeon cheated on his wife, if he's the best man for the job? No, you go, this guy is an asshole. This guy sucks as a human being, but he's the best man for the job, and that's why I want him to operate. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, listen, there is an alternative to this too, which is JD Vance could take over.
Right.
If Donald Trump was on the Epstein list doing very naughty things and was a very naughty boy,
what a horrific
I would rather him go away. But I mean, obviously, if JD Vance can take over.
Yeah, I would feel comfortable with that. I prefer Trump to stay in, though.
Yeah, if those things still keep happening, which I think they would under JD, I would be happy to be rid of Trump if the trajectory stays the same.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not just Trump's policies. It's his presence. Like, other countries seem to fear him. Other countries' leaders seem to fear him, and they know he's not fucking around. And when he says something, hey, Iran, you cannot have nuclear weapons. You got to come to the table. And they don't. And they go, okay, well, now you don't have them anymore. And we bomb the shit out of them. I kind of like that. Is that wrong to say? I kind of feel a little bit safer that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons. And I also understand I have biases because of Israel and all that. But I feel like Iran not having a nuclear weapon doesn't just benefit Israel, but it benefits the rest of the world. And I'm sure the rest of the Arab world is very happy, including Saudi Arabia, who does not have great relationships with Iran either.
Well, yeah, there's been some chatter about perhaps, the prevailing conspiracy theory is that Jeffrey Epstein was
Mossad
an operator for Mossad and collected this information for blackmail purposes. And if Donald Trump is on that list and Benjamin Netanyahu has the full file on his desk, he goes, because Trump was pretty like, we're not getting involved in other wars. We're not doing that. And when I was like, awesome, this rocks.
Oh, I see what you're connecting.
And then all of a sudden, this massive military operation happens after a Netanyahu visit to America. And
I think the visit happened after.
Okay, well, whatever. The phone calls, either way.
Yeah.
That he kind of did a 180 and pulled off this operation to bomb, facilities in Iran.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a full scale boots on the ground war.
I know.
Like hey, we're doing this, and now we want a ceasefire, which was ballsy.
Listen, I'm just saying. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that he had a different opinion a little while ago. This Epstein stuff was getting swirled about with his name potentially being on the list, and is he going to release it? And all of a sudden he does Israel's bidding, which Israel's been trying to get the United States to bomb.
Well, it's not
Iran
just
for many years.
Sure, but Israel did a lot of the front work.
I get it.
Yeah,
Again, I'm just saying,
it's not like they did nothing, but
I know.
And I'm not saying it's completely just for Israel. I think the whole world benefits, but yes, especially Israel, for sure, undeniable.
Wow, Philip in the chat shares your kind of theory. He says, if I saw Trump doing things, I'd still vote for him.
It's
but what about if you have an alternative, though? I mean, like I said, you got JD Vance there. He seems to be kind of on board with the vision.
But it's not just about the vision and the policy. It's just about like Trump's presence. Like, Trump seems unpredictable, and that seems to work in his favor when it comes to getting deals done. Yeah. Like, is JD Vance, who was like a junior or what's the word, like
venture
a fledgling
capitalist.
no like a fledgling congressman. Like he'd only been in Congress for like 2 years before.
I thought he was a senator. Wasn't he a senator?
I thought he was a congressman.
Okay.
You might be right, but I'm pretty sure he was a congressman, and now has position number 2 in the world. Like that's pretty insane. That's a pretty giant leap. I didn't know who he was. Although I did watch Hillbilly Elegy at Johnny's house with you.
That's right.
I think it was like on maybe a 4th of
it was a holiday. It was a Thanksgiving.
It was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't know it was about JD Vance, and if they would have said, "Hey, this is about JD Vance," I would have been like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
I just knew it was based on a true story.
Well, that's kind of what propelled him to, because he was working in venture capital.
Yeah.
And then after this movie came out, I guess he decided that he wanted to run for political office after that, using, I guess, that movie, and it worked.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in there very long before he got picked to be VP.
2-3 years max.
Yeah.
But what really caught, it was actually Trump Jr. Don Jr.'s eye was what he was talking about when it came to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, why are we getting involved in all these wars? Like, that's insane. Because it seems like everybody at the time, at least the Republicans, may have been a bit more war hockey when it comes to like, we can't let Putin get away with this. And he was like, why? This isn't our business. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So,
well, the neocon movement kind of switched to the Democrats after that. Once kind of MAGA took over that party,
kind of revealed itself.
The war party became the Democratic Party.
Well, depends what war, I guess you ask, right?
I don't know. It seems like they're in support of every single war that's being
not the one in Gaza.
Many are. Many Democrats are.
Oh, okay, but maybe not
the ones who are loud aren't. But like John Fetterman, for example, who's pretty much stepped up to be the leader of the Democratic Party, is very pro-Israel.
He's a Republican now. I don't know if he knows that because he had a stroke, but he's just like, he said something about like, we can't have trans women in women's sports. And he's like, we can't have, we need to protect Israel and the Jews. And I'm like, Fetterman, knock, knock, knock. Did you know that you're a Republican now? It's time to switch over.
I think he's trying to moderate his party a little bit.
He might do the Tulsi Gabbard.
He's the most popular Democrat in the country.
With Republicans.
No, in the country, period. A lot of Democrats like him too. Just polling, however accurate those are. But, the Democratic Party is very unfavorable even now. I don't know what this Epstein stank that's on Trump, is that going to last to the midterms? Is he going to lose a bunch of seats, lose Congress? I think he seems to think so. He got most of his legislation with his big bill through and done. Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe he's just going to cruise the next couple years after the midterm. I don't know.
Dude, can I tell you this, which is shocking to me? I cannot believe. So obviously Epstein is in the news a lot lately. I'm so shocked that there isn't more like this dirty fucking Jew.
Jeez.
Like, think about it. Ghislaine Maxwell,
yeah.
Jewish. Epstein, Jewish. And they're not just Jewish. They have ties to Israeli intelligence. Like, maybe I shouldn't be broadcasting that. But to me, when I would think that I would see every person from Candace Owens, Dan Bilzerian, Tucker Carlson just screaming at the top of their lungs, like, this guy's running Mossad, he's trying to take down, and now Trump's all that sort of stuff. So I'm very thankful. I am a little scared about how this is going to turn out for, the rest of me, my peeps. But I am kind of grateful that that's somehow like not been blowing up lately in the news. Mm-hmm. And secondly, and I think I texted you this, I'm pretty sure. Brian Koberger, what's the name?
The serial killer, the guy that killed the students.
In Idaho. Was it Moscow or something? Idaho, whatever. Anyways, he had his hearing today and he didn't give reason as to his motive, which people were like hoping for, which I've never had someone die close to me that was murdered. So I don't know like how, like, why do you want to, like, would it give you closure if it's like, I killed your daughter because I wanted to fuck her? Like, would that make you feel better?
I don't know. I mean, at least it'd be like, okay, at least I get it.
Yeah, because people, like the families were really angry because they wanted closure, but I guess you can't make him testify. It's a plea deal, right? So he's like, I'm guilty, just sentence me, whatever. And he's going to get life in jail or prison without parole, fine. But people were really hoping that he would give a reason, and all he said was like, I declined to say anything or something like that. And everyone's like, oh, like what could he say that would make you feel better? Tell me what he could say that would make you feel better.
People are big on like remorse, but you did the crime. Who cares if you're remorseful? You'll do the time if you do the crime.
I think it's just like, you caused me or in my family so much pain. I want you to endure pain. But it wasn't even that. They didn't even, because none of the families were like, we want you to be remorseful. You should be remorseful. He was already getting life in prison. It didn't matter. But it was like, we wanted to know why. Everyone was like, why? Why did you do? What was the motive? And he just like keeping that secret. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, you know what it is? It's like closure after a breakup. You're like, why did you break up with me? It's like, and they just ghost you. And you're like, but why? You're like giving them all the power. And he has the power of like, I'm not going to give this one to you. I'm just going to put this one away. You'll never know why. Because they can't make him talk.
Yeah.
So strange stuff.
Well, you were concerned, and the text that you sent me is you were concerned that he was Jewish.
I was because the last name is like Koberger. And I swear to God, Will, I was at work and I just like, was reading New York Post and the headline story was him. And I just like looked at the picture and I go, yeah, you look like a Jew.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of get Jew vibes.
Would be bad timing.
Yeah. And then I looked it up and it was like, he went to mass and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus.
He does kind of have the nose a little bit.
He just has the look, like kind of scrawny, the hair, the eyes, a bit of the nose. But I'm like, are you just like German? Or because Berger obviously is a German last name, but a lot of Jews have it as well. Yeah. So I was concerned, but thank God he's a Catholic.
So Jews are off the hook on this one.
On this one, yeah.
Facing a lot of heat.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure we're just going to be on Rumble next week after all the things we said.
I know, but I've just been I've been scared about the Epstein thing for reasons, that most people aren't talking about.
Yeah.
Thank God that they're not talking about.
I wonder, I mean, he's still under like intense pressure to release those files.
Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not something that's going away. Media is not leaving it alone. And even a lot of his supporters in online, media are not leaving it alone either.
Oh, dude, I was listening to a bunch of like either panel discussions or debates on Turning Point USA, which was in I believe Tampa last weekend or the weekend before.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, like a month ago. Right?
That dominated the conversation of why is Trump not releasing the documents? Should he release the documents?
Yeah. Well, he said he was going. Like I said, I don't know if he said explicitly that he was going to do that. There's pictures. Obviously, they hung out together. They were friendly for a period of time. I guess the kind of the narrative is, I was friends with them. Then he turned out to be a giant creep, and I stopped hanging out with them. So that's kind of Trump's side of the story there. But they hung out for a long time.
I know I mentioned this maybe a few months ago, but Whitney Webb.
Yep.
She was saying, and I remember this because I think I gasped. I gasped alone. I was like, oh my word. Apparently Ghislaine, this is according to Whitney Webb, who is like a very well-respected independent journalist who I think resides somewhere in Chile. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to get murdered, maybe. I don't know. She said that Ghislaine and Ivana Trump, Trump's first wife, would go together around New York and be like scouting middle school age girls for modeling opportunities. And apparently they wanted girls with like good grades and that were smart, which is bizarre because like those are the girls that usually come from better families, and those are harder to bamboozle because they have a support system. But this was from Maria Farmer, who was a victim, allegedly, or whatever, of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and she would do these ride-alongs with Ivana Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised. Trump is notoriously was kind of a playboy for a period of time. That's why I was kind of like, I think he's just into hot chicks. I don't think he's into like young hot chicks, but I don't know. Apparently, maybe he was. There's no, and just because you're named, obviously, in the files doesn't mean that there was necessarily any wrongdoing. You're, innocent until proven guilty, I guess, on this sort of thing. But his hesitance to, like, you could just be like, yeah, well, I knew the guy for a lot of years. I didn't do anything inappropriate. Let's release him. My name is mentioned in there. Like, if he was just honest about it. But since he's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to release the files. It makes me think that there's something in there.
I think there's something in there. And what I think it is, if I were to venture a guess, is it was like a 16-year-old who was like, she's 20 and she wasn't. She was 16 or 15.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Could be.
There are some girls who are, they're pretty developed at 15, 16. And with makeup and the right dress, they could look like they're in their 20, they're 19 easily.
Sure.
So I think I don't know, but if I were to venture a guess, that would be the guess.
Yeah.
In which case, I don't care. Everybody makes mistakes. You were bamboozled. I'm on your team, buddy. I can separate the artist from the music, and I like your music, so you just keep playing that tune, okay?
I mean, fair enough. I suppose. I would rather, if he is in there, that he should. I think I would want him to step aside and
in any capacity, if he was in there in any capacity, or if it was something
no, if it was like had a list of or a video or something of him doing something with somebody underage, then I think.
What if he
should be prosecuted?
What about the context? What if I understand it's still illegal, even if like the girl lies or whatever.
Yes.
But if he thought that it was a 18-year-old and it was really a 15-year-old, would you think differently? Would you hate him
if he was I don't know. It's hard to know and make judgments when we just don't, and we're not probably going to know. I don't think he has any intention to release him, and I think the Democrats are trying to call his bluff right now and like sue him to release him or hold some sort of congressional hearing to release the document. I heard Ghislaine Maxwell is going to testify in front of Congress, but they don't want it released either.
No, she's gonna get pneumonia and die.
Nobody that has any sort of power in this country, I think, wants that list released, because I think there's probably a lot of people on it from Republican Party, from the Democrat Party, and I think it's an unfortunate reality.
Yeah,
that there's just certain things that rich people do that are demonic, and I don't know why they do them. I guess when you just have this life of luxury where you just have anything you want at your beck and disposal, you might get bored of the normal things. How many blonde 10s can you do before you're just bored of it and want something? I don't know. I'm glad that I won't have to know. Maybe it's more money, more problems. Notorious B.I.G. said maybe that is true.
Okay, so okay, I'm trying to think about how I can word this without sounding like a sick freak. Give me a moment.
Okay, I know you got to be careful. I got to be
really careful. Now, listen, 18 in our country in modern times, anything under 18 is considered not necessarily a child per se, but a minor. Anything under, I would say 12 is considered 12 and under as a child. Then you have an adolescent, which I don't think is the same thing when they're like, oh, you're a pedophile. It's like, she was 17. That's not a pedophile. It was illegal. It's something else. You like young women, whatever. But like in most of human civilization, you were fucking at 13. You were having babies. I mean, if God raped Mary when she was 13, can we really hold Trump to a different standard? I'm kidding, kind of. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do, yeah. Well,
this is, again,
yeah.
I'm trying to.
I get it.
Girls get their periods usually between the ages of like 11 and 13. That doesn't mean that you should have babies in this day and age. Inappropriate. As my mom's husband did this move, and it's my favorite thing when he was trying to send food back. This was a couple months ago. He went to go visit them in St. Augustine, and they go, "Is everything okay here?" You know, we went, and he went like this, and I do that all the time.
Yeah, I like that.
No, things are not okay. So yeah, in this day and age, after the Enlightenment and the Industrial Revolution, and now most people are living in their 70s and 80s in the Western world. You don't have to have babies at 11 because you're going to live past 30, most likely, right?
Evolution is not caught up with our technology.
Right. Correct. In fact, it's actually moving in the opposite direction, where girls are getting their periods younger and younger. Maybe this is the hormones in the food.
Hormones in the chicken, I'm convinced.
Sure. Yeah. Or other things. There's been some theories of like, I don't know how this shakes out, but whatever. There's been some studies I've seen where they're like, if your dad isn't present in your life, you get it younger to like secure a man. I don't know how much truth there is to that, well, but I've heard people postulate that as to maybe why some communities get it earlier than others, the onset of menstruation. So girls are still getting their periods at sometimes 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are considered children in our society, but you are reproductively fertile.
Yeah.
So the fact that like, if a guy sees a grown man sees a girl who's like 16 and be like, I can't see if she's attractive or not when she looks like a woman, and then all of a sudden clock strikes midnight on her 18th birthday and they're like, she's hot, finally I can say it. Everyone sees the same thing. We see that there's maybe a girl who is becoming a young woman. She is reproductively viable, clearly, by her giant perky breasts and nice butt. You know,
I feel you.
See what I'm saying?
I do. I know what you mean.
I don't think it's sick to be. It is sick to like rape anybody, but it's not sick to be attracted to a 16-year-old girl that looks like a woman.
Yeah. No, I get.
Don't act on it.
It's just one of those things that the line in the sand has been drawn a long time. That's like Shane Gillis had a really funny joke about this. When they was finding out the founding of the country and trying to figure out, one of them was age of consent, and it's like the gentleman from Delaware. He goes, 12. I was like, ew, dude, what the heck? He's like, whoa, I have to go first. But somewhere along the line,
a conversation had to be had.
Yeah, and 18 is just where the line was drawn, and I think everybody's just like, that's fine. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
And not mess with it anymore. So I understand what you're saying, and you're right. I mean, like, biologically, you're right, but it's 18.
Of course. And I'm not saying otherwise.
By law and society.
But I'm just kind of explaining the fact that when I hear people go like, oh, yeah, he's a pedophile. He had sex with a 17-year-old. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not a pedophile. Yeah. He's not a pedophile. It's illegal, but it's not a pedophile. Did he have sex with a 4-year-old? That's a pedophile.
Right.
You're a pedophile.
Right. Yeah. Words mean things, but it's just an insult.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Sure.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know. I saw Philip and Donald are like, are we really talking about this? They don't care.
About Epstein?
They don't care. Yeah. I think Philip in the comments is kind of like this. He's taking Trump's point of view and just being like, this is a Democratic Russiagate 2.0 conspiracy. So
I wouldn't say that. It's a conspiracy. Yeah. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Can we talk quickly about, we'll get off this, appease everybody, the WNBA for a second. By the way, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I talked about this guy, Fade Me Bets is his Instagram handle. And he had this strategy for, I think it was a gimmick. It was really smart because a lot of people talked about it. But betting on WNBA players by their menstrual cycles, if they're on their period, they're probably going to be less strong. They're just not going to score as many points. They're going to be in a bad mood, whatever.
How did he know that? Just
that's the thing is like, how did he know
stats
that?
And like seeing if there was
maybe that's, that could be. Yeah. During certain times of the month,
Yeah.
their stats go down. That could very well be on it. But I bet a few bets of his period bets and won those bets. So, I mean, it seems to work. I think I won like 3 out of 4 or something.
And you know what's interesting is that maybe it's the case that a lot of them are not on birth control because they're lesbians.
Well, we looked that up. Surprisingly, it wasn't as many as we thought. Remember we looked it up?
Oh, that's right. We did.
I thought they were kind of more, but I think that was just kind of like a stereotype. That something like it was like 30% or something.
Yeah.
Not 90 like I thought. The WNBA though, this is so frustrating to me just because it's so easily explainable why it shouldn't be. They want the same pay as men, as NBA
as they
players.
Should.
No.
Just kidding. You suck. Nobody wants to watch you play except like Caitlin Clark.
Listen, I'm all for people getting their money. Like the NBA has, they make a lot of their money from China because it's the most watched sport in China. I don't know if they're watching WNBA, but they make so much money and revenue that the players might as well have it as opposed to the owners. They should get their share. So the ladies want their fair share. They want to be paid the same as men. These contracts for the guys are crazy. Like 4 years, $130 million. That's crazy. So the ladies want that now. And it's like, you're not in the same class. The WNBA is subsidized by the NBA. It's charity.
It seriously is.
It is seriously.
It is like, if it were its own entity, it would be like losing money.
Yes. It doesn't make money. It's at least from what I've read. I did try to read up a little bit on it this week. But the idea, and the soccer players did this too, the women's soccer.
Yeah, like Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah.
Rapinoe or something.
Yeah, and they wanted the same. And it's like, you just don't, there's a balance sheet of what is brought in and expenses that go out. And this is what we have to work within here. And they're just like, no, it's just sexism because you won't pay us the same amount that you're paying the men. No, I'm sorry. Again, I'm glad that league exists. I'm glad that, there's some stars are being made. You got the Angel Reese's now, you got the Caitlin Clarks, and they're making money through endorsements. But the league that they play in doesn't make any money. So if it doesn't make any money, you can't make $100 million for playing a game that nobody's really paying attention to. That's changing, and maybe eventually they'll get there. No, not anywhere comparable to NBA. It's a subpar product to the NBA. The men are better. The men dunk. They play better. I mean, it's not even in the same league. Literally.
And figuratively.
But God, that annoyed me this week. I mean, just like total disregard of reality. And what
typical women, am I right?
Well, you said it, not me.
I'll say it. Listen, I feel like I'm the Candace Owens of women, even though she's a woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, Candace Owens is to black people as I am to women. It feels like, because I just feel some of them are just very, very stupid. They don't like to use their brains. They formulate their politics based on how they feel. What's nice is nice. Well, nice isn't reality, and sometimes you just have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Ronda Rousey? She was asked a question. This was probably like 15 years ago. She was headlining a fight, and someone in the audience asked a question about, like, do you think Dana White should be like employing more women or something like that? And her response was so fucking perfect. She was just like, Dana White isn't paying me this because he's trying to do something nice for the ladies. She goes, I bring in more viewers and people to watch these fights than most of my male counterparts, so I'm getting paid more than they are. It is just like that. It has nothing to do with my gender. It's the fact that people want to watch me fight. I'm bringing in the money. I'm getting paid the money. And it was like such a perfect response. And she's dead on. Ronda Rousey was getting paid more than most of these male fighters because she was a household name and people wanted to see her kick some ass.
There was a demand for her. Yeah. And that's really an interesting, the lady UFC and just MMA in general is, I mean, I would say almost it's on par with.
There's more male fighters, but there are like Amanda Nunes, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes.
Yeah.
That crazy judo chick that fought not too long ago. Did you see her?
No.
Jesus Christ.
I don't really watch UFC or anything, but I know that the ladies division is pretty popular and it makes money. Ergo, much like she says, I get paid because I draw an audience and people want to see me play.
Yeah.
Now, there are more people paying attention to the WNBA. Not nearly enough, though, for them to be wanting $100 million contracts. That here in this article, it says that they're getting good TV ratings, which is good, but they have never turned a profit in their 29-year history.
Are you serious?
Never
turned a profit. They're losing money. I am shocked it even exists.
Yes,
it is a blessing that you have a job, you dumb bitches.
Yeah,
shut up.
Yeah, the WNBA is subsidized by the NBA. Put this in perspective, the NBA brought in $11.3 billion in revenues in 2024. That's ticket sales, advertising, product deals. The WNBA brought in $710 million, which is way more than I thought, but less than 10% of what the men's league is bringing in. The NBA does not calculate league-wide profits. Each team or franchise reporting their own individual profits. The team with the highest operating income in 2024 was the LA Lakers with nearly $200 million. WNBA teams do not report their individual operating incomes, but the league as a whole has lost $40 million even in 2024, even with that higher viewership.
Because of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark's a big one. Yeah, she's a phenomenon. She's bringing people to the games. I mean, like if it's on the budget ballot sheet and you have this profit and you have $11 billion and these chicks are getting paid $50,000 a year, yeah, that's an issue. But that's not the case here. Is it in the red or in the black? When you're in Black Friday means that's when you go, okay, so you're in the red. Like you're losing money.
Okay.
So easily, okay, and you think you'd be able to show that to them and they'd be like, yeah, I see. But they're just like, no. What do you mean, no? You can't do that. That's not a thing. I'm showing you the data here. Nope, I still want $100 million. And they're considering, I guess, sitting out if they don't get it. Well, they'll sit out.
All the 12 people that come to your games can't watch.
It's just so frustrating, this type of stuff. And you see a lot of people who are like, yeah, good. They should be getting... I agree. Like, get
then
anything
why don't you go to the games? Those are the people who don't watch them play. Shut up.
Oh, I don't know. It's just
what does Fatty have to say?
You want to play it? All right, let's play it.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, where it has been an incredible celebration of the WNBA.
Yeah, I don't want to play this because it's ESPN too. I don't want to get a strike. But
yeah, no, that's dumb as hell.
It's just so easily debunked. And we're still people. It drives me insane that people are just like, no, I discard your reality and I replace it with my own, which is I get $100 million now.
Yeah, it's wild.
So
to live like that.
So
but, it is what it is.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Get your money. Bet on the period plays. I'm telling you, it works.
But let me, if I may. If we were to look at the OnlyFans top earners, do you think any of them are male?
I bet you there are some, but probably not very many.
Right. I mean, they're catering to men. Maybe there's like some, I think one of them was like Tyga, like it's just like behind the scenes stuff behind a paywall. It's not like nudity or whatnot.
Yeah.
But OnlyFans top earners, especially the ones that are like doing the OnlyFans type stuff. Oh, like see Tyga's up there, but like that's a kind of a rogue.
There's Safari Samuels.
Is that a man?
Yeah, I think so. Looks like he's got a mustache.
Yeah.
Denise Richards? What?
Ugh. So all of these are women mostly, except for Tyga, and I don't even think he counts because he's a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Top
10.
Guess who can't make money on OnlyFans? You.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, come on.
See that. Yeah, the top 10 are all women.
Right.
Yeah.
Mia Khalifa's number one.
Yeah. 4.6 million.
So just shut up.
This is 2024.
Yeah, it just shut up. No, people want to, and it was funny. I actually saw a clip by Ryan Long, who was like interviewing people about the WNBA, like gender wage gap, whatever. And he's like, "Do you think that they could get better viewership if they, played without their clothes on?" And this woman like gets upset and stuff. And he's like, "No, but it's like viewership. They need more viewership." And this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to see. Okay, this is 22. Black China, Mia Khalifa, these are all women. Tyga, 15 million. What does he do on OnlyFans?
I think it's just like behind the paywall, like look at my parties. I don't think it's his dick. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Reno Gold. Sounds like a chick to me.
They're all women minus like 2.
Nikado Avocado. That's a weird.
Oh, the guy that lost all that weight.
Yeah. 3 million.
Yeah.
God dang, that's crazy. Why couldn't I have gotten lucky like that?
I mean, that's pounds, so I don't know what that relates to in dollars.
So good.
But yeah. So stop complaining and just understand that here's the thing that people refuse to accept that I don't understand why they can't accept. At the end of the day, life isn't fair.
Yeah.
And for some reason, people like cannot swallow that fact that I'm like, yeah, life's not fair. People get so mad. They get mad at the rich. It's not fair. Like his uncle owns a company. That's why I got the job. Okay. What if your uncle owned the company and you got the job? Would you be bitching? No, because you were the beneficiary of that nepotism. Mm-hmm. Life isn't fair. Deal with it.
Yeah. We're all born equal, but
in the eyes of God.
So yes, it changes rapidly after that, just where your circumstances and whatever.
Your looks, your gender.
There's many.
Your height, your whatever.
Yeah.
Your weight. Get together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Was that a fat joke?
No, not to you.
Okay.
Just like in general. Like,
gotcha.
It was mostly to the people that I work with. Jesus Christ.
Makes sense.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So I guess we'll leave it there. Thanks for the participation we got Donald. He looks like a new person. FaZe is in here. Some few other ones I saw. Philip, Thomas. Of course, McShay.
Oh, and of course, our favorite.
Frank Jr. Brian
Joe, the Super Mark.
And Joe.
Oh, is Brian from Philly in there?
Yeah, I saw a comment from
speaking
him.
of
Mark in Sarasota.
Philadelphia. May I?
Yeah, sure.
Plug it?
Uh-huh.
I'll be filling in on 1210 WPHT the entire week of August 18th. So in about a month, a little less than a month, you'll get 5 days of me, morning show, Anna, doing conservative talk.
Are you flying up there or?
No, I think I'm going to be.
Piping
I think I'm doing it remotely, but that's actually a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would have the. I don't know. That would be interesting to go to Philly, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just remote.
Yeah,
which is fine. Either way, I would actually love to go up there, especially the summertime. The winter was a nightmare, but
yeah. All right, Mark Gray is here too. Thank you, Mark. No super chats today. That's okay. Thank you all for being here anyway, and we'll be back next Wednesday, 6 p.m. with new topics, some local, some probably more Jeffrey Epstein news. I don't know. Donald Trump stuff. I don't know. I'd really like a politics-free episode, but it just seems it's just too in our culture. We can't get away from it. Even the WNBA stuff is kind of political.
Sure.
Depending on how you vote is probably how you feel about that certain topic. But anyway, thehomemadebroadcast@gmail.com. You can get a hold of me there. Get yourself some stickers. And they're really nice. And you'll like those. 813-693-2124 is the voice and text line. And hmbradio.substack.com. Go sign up there anyways for me, please. Even if it's the free one, that really helps us out. And eventually we're going to start streaming on Substack too when I get that capability. What else? I guess that's it. Okay. See you later.
Bye.